Happy New Year. 2023 is here, 2022 is behind us. Yesterday, I put out an email which was one of my longer ones, on how to kickstart your 2023. I would encourage you to go and read that. If you're not getting my emails, just go over to brucewhipple.com, grab a free class, that'll put you on your list. I work hard to make those actionable so that they are usually short. Yesterday's was longer, but they tell you some ideas, some tactics, etc., that'll help you get to the goal line more quickly. Yesterday's was on how to kickstart 2023, 3 things you could do. So let's talk about that. First, take a look at what 2022 was like. If it wasn't successful the way you wanted it to be, think back on why it wasn't successful. What do you need to change? What do you need to do more of, or have a different plan, different work ethic, use your board more, etc., etc. So think back on that. Also recognize that if you did have success, think about those things that led to success and do more of them. There's no substitute for action. One of the things that's important to remember is if it didn't go as you wanted it to go in 2022, think about most successes, I'd probably argue all successes, have had tons of failures along the way. I've recently talked about a mentee that did 22 acquisitions. That's great accomplishment. Worked hard to get that done. However, before that, he had 14 LOIs that blew up, letters of intent. Most people would have quit. He did not. So remember that. He had future success because he had the process, he had the failures, he found the things to correct, and they resulted in the success that he had. Thomas Edison, it's been said, did 10,000 experiments before he was successfully able to create the light bulb. 10,000. A lot of failures along the way. I did a video some time ago, the 12-year-old Boy Scout that sold, I think, $56,000 in popcorn and as a fundraiser. And he did that for a few reasons. He had a strong why. He ended up thinking, okay, my father was in foster care. I want to do something to help foster and abused children. So he sold that much. He ended up getting some prizes and compensation for that. He went and purchased toys and he gave them to foster homes, homeless shelters, etc., etc. So, and he realized that every no got him one step closer to a yes. So he had a why, he worked hard at it, and was persistent, and set the record for the most sales, at least in his state. I think he was 3rd in the country. There's no substitute for action. So that's number 1. Look at the past, learn from the past, decide what needs to be changed. The second thing is use your board. We spend a lot of time to put together a board of directors and professionals, and it surprises me to no end when I see people asking me a question. Did you ask your board? No. Did you ask your professionals? No. How come? Makes no sense to me anyway. Well, they're going to think I don't know anything. Well, guess what? They pretty much already know that you're inexperienced. And a lot of people say they'll think I'm stupid. Well, I don't know about that, but they will come to that conclusion if you don't use and contact the people that can help you solve a problem. So do that. And then the third was to use the tools also in terms of planning. Think about what you need to accomplish. Every day, think about the things the next day that will move you closer to those. We've talked about the Ivy Lee method. That's a great way to, every night, take a look at the 3 things that need to be done, and then put a time next to them and then do them. And when it comes to goals, you'll look at your goals, you'll look at your affirmations. Remember the SMART. You want them to be specific, not I want to lose weight if that's one of your goals. That's not specific. So many pounds. You want them to be measurable. In the case of weight, you got a scale, that's measurable. You also want them to be attainable or achievable, that you see that. You want them to be relevant, I would call that your why, and you want them to be time bounded so that you have a specific goal, you know how to measure it, you feel it's attainable and believe that. You make it relevant, your why, and then The T in SMART, time bounded. I'm going to get it done by this date. So if you follow those things, you will typically have more success than you might have had last year. So I'd encourage you to take that email, write down the things that make sense to you, go back with your goals, affirmations, use your board, learn, use your professionals, learn, and then no substitute for taking action. Consistent action. And those that stay focused the longest with action are those most likely to succeed. So again, if you're not getting those emails, just go over to brucewhipple.com, grab the free class, you'll be on the mailing list, and then you'll get them. If you have not done that and you've missed that email, send me an email at brucewhipple.com, and I will make sure that you see that. It's a good email, and it will help you. The feedback I got was that it is by far, which was interesting, the best email that this person received from me. And I've sent a lot of emails, so it's a good one.